All right. It's Facebook Live time, everybody.
Hi, guys.
We're back. So this week, not much committee work, but it was pretty crazy. Lots of stuff going on. So, Gabe, why don't you tell all of our friends out there what we've been up to this week?
Alrighty. So this week we got to enjoy some very late nights as the House and the Senate worked on passing bills. The House in particular passed about 300 over to the Senate, and the Senate passed 150 over to the House. Next week we should be experiencing a bit of a more normal routine. So.
Yeah, 300 of the best ideas ever to set foot on the planet right there. And likewise from the Senate, right? Each one a revelation. But so yeah, next week we're going to talk about agendas in a second. But there were a couple of bills that came up this week while we were passing bills back and forth. The first one you might have seen or heard about, House Bill 2502. It has to do with child abuse reporting. Not a topic that we like to mess around with, but that bill as it stands right now would require school districts to train every single teacher and student every year. So it's a lot of work, and with no funding, we are opposing it due to that fact. Our partners at the School Boards Association, sorry, that's us, at the school administrators, we're also working on that bill. It almost died in the Senate, or in the House rather, on the floor, but we had a commitment to work to get it to be manageable in the Senate. So as of right now, it's still alive, but we're watching that one closely. The next one, House Bill 1083, or Senate Bill 1083, I'm sorry, recess. That's the mandate for 2 periods of recess every day for grades K-5. That is going to be heard pretty soon. We're still working on that bill just because we don't appreciate intrusion into the local school day in that way. So we're looking at that. And the last one we did send out an action alert about. Thank you to everybody who responded. That was effective. House Bill 2524, the School Facilities Board underutilized facilities, would allow the School Facilities Board to take a school from a district if it were at 25% of capacity or less on payment of 10% of the value or the value of the land, whichever is less. It's not a good idea. Taking from taxpayers is never a good idea. So we oppose that one, and thank you to all of you who reached out. It was effective in holding that bill up. It's still not dead, but we are trying to work on either making it dead or straightening it out so that it's not a problem for school districts. So with that being said, that's the big three for this week. Thank you for all your advocacy on those. And Lee is going to recap the agendas that are coming up on Monday and Thursday.
So next week, we are going to see the recess bill 1083 is being heard in the House Education Committee Monday. So we'll be sending out an action alert shortly to get you guys to email the members of that committee, express your concerns about it. Hopefully we can get some work done there. As well as 1256, which some people were happy about, smaller school districts. That was the bill that allows smaller vehicles to count as school buses, and you can get reimbursed for miles on vans and whatever equipment you're using to transport your kids. And then, let's see, over in the Senate on Thursday, we have House Bill 2205, which was the JTED governing board prohibition that some of you had expressed concerns about, so we'll be watching that one closely. As well as 2460, which was charter schools vacant buildings that Chris just talked about, that would allow schools to require schools to sell their land to any school if it's a charter or a private school. And so we were obviously quite opposed to that. So we'll keep you posted on all those. Should be a little bit of a lighter week, and we're not going to see too much new stuff, just ideas flipping. So we'll keep on the fight and keep you guys posted.
Yeah, 2460, those of you might realize that from a few years ago if you've been around, was a bill that's the same kind of idea that requires districts to give the SFB a list of vacant buildings so that charter schools could potentially put in a request to use them. This takes it a step further, saying that if a charter or a private is the low bidder, then the school district has to award the building. So it's just another way, we think, to force districts to subsidize charter schools and private schools, and we don't believe the state should be dictating how locally procured taxpayer-funded assets are utilized. So full and fair compensation is the idea there. So anyway, yes, that is pretty much it. Does anybody have any words of wisdom for our friends at home?
Not particularly.
All right, you were thinking about it. I wasn't really good, but all right. Well, thank you very much. Short week this week. Hope you enjoyed your 3-day weekend last weekend. Hope you enjoy this weekend, and we'll see you back on next Friday. We'll be here on Monday. Bye. He's got some healthy snacks. We gotta be nutritious. All right, let's see here. Oh no.